So 2 questions. Can I completely fulfill my financial needs, personal side focused, with Navy Federal and American Express? If I'm primarily banking between the two, banking and borrowing between those two, can I meet the majority of my financial goals? We're going to answer that question. The next one I want to answer is, if I have no existing relationship with American Express and the bulk of my finances and my banking needs have been met by Navy Federal, how do I have an indication of qualifying for them without potentially wasting a hard pull? Gonna answer that question. This is gonna be for 2 of my pioneers on the channel, a returning pioneer, Micah Green. I wanna continue the conversation we've been having, and also for a newer pioneer, my lady pioneer, Sylvania Allen. If I pronounce your name wrong, please just correct me in the comments. But I wanna address these 2 comments, kind of conversations that have been going on in the comment sections of previous videos, and we're gonna go ladies first for this one. So Micah, I just want you to hang on towards the end of the video. So when it comes to the extensive relationship that you have with Navy Federal, we're talking about auto loans, if I'm not mistaken. We have checking and savings, potentially CDs, if I'm not mistaken. We have a pretty extensive, long-standing 2007 relationship with Navy Federal. Do we qualify for American Express? It's a lot more about your personal financials I would have to know to be more precise on this. But I do want to spend a couple seconds laying down how you can go about testing if you qualify for American Express. I am a huge proponent of drawing in financial institutions versus running after financial institutions. That is a huge principle for me. And if you follow my content in this channel long enough, you will see that I give a lot of information, insight, and guidance on how to attract financial institutions versus run after them. So when you are dealing with American Express, they are not as relationship based as a Navy Federal is. American Express has started out and built the bulk of their reputation and career as a credit card company for the most part. They are literally just dipping their toes in the water in the last handful of years or so on full-scale banking and financial services. This is relatively new for American Express. So what that basically means is that you have a very good shot of getting in with American Express cold without a deposit relationship and getting approved for them if you have reasonable financials. I would not go into American Express if I don't have at least a FICO score of around 680 to 700 and hopefully no negative items on my credit report, or at least have them significantly older with a ton of positive financial metrics on top of or more recent than those negative items. So again, you would have to comment down below and let me know where you are with your financials and your personal credit. DTI is another important one. American Express is huge on heavy spend. So they're going to want to see you have the capacity to put decent spend on their cards. One of the best ways they're going to take determination on that is if they see a decent spread between your income, stated income, and what debt obligations you have on your credit report, your DTI. So you want a good spread on there. A good spread by percentage, 30% or less is something I would throw out there, meaning that whatever you make in income, your debt obligations on your credit report should be 30% or less ideally. So do the math on that for yourself. You have 2 major ways. I've dropped in the comments that you can do a deposit relationship with American Express, checking, high yield savings, or CD. Nothing major, something small. I did it for a few years. I had a small high yield savings account, and let American Express indicate to you if they're interested. They will start to send you offers based on your information, because now you've done a deposit relationship. Your information should be in their system now, so they'll have a good indication. The next thing you want to do or consider, if you don't want to do or don't want to wait on the deposit relationship route and try to bait them in, they are very unique in having an apply with confidence feature, meaning that you can just flat out apply for their card and they will tell you in advance through a soft pull if you are approved for the card or not. That's the fastest, simplest route. I still think the deposit relationship is more attractive because this might lead to higher approvals as far as limits with American Express than going in on the apply for side or the apply with confidence side. Possibly. It's just a possibility that going in on a deposit relationship and sitting on it for a couple months might open them up to giving you a little more. Last quick tip I'm going to give you is charge cards are easier to qualify for than credit cards with American Express because of the design of the products. Charge cards are meant to be paid off in full every month, so they're typically lower risk than credit cards that allow you to carry a balance, and that typically leads to easier underwriting. Last tip on that. My guy Michael Green, you expressed in your last comment, and I want to thank you for your high regards on myself and my channel and the content that I cover. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that from you. As I said, if I have one pioneer like you, then I got 1 million subs in my eyes. To answer your question or to speak on what you referred to about focusing on your personal finances, because I'm huge about small business and developing small business and legacy to develop wealth, using that income from developing a strong small business to acquire assets and develop legacy wealth. That having been said, I'm a huge proponent of personal finances, period, and as a foundation to developing a great small business. So your focus at your stage in life, you've made clear, is, look, I just want to have great personal financials. Let's quickly talk about American Express and Navy Federal as your two primary banking options, grading them on how they can serve you across the spectrum. This may not be all areas that you're using them, but I want to give you my insight professionally and as clients of them both on what they can provide you and if they're going to be able to meet your needs or not. Number one, accessibility for functionality and flow of money. I'm going to grade this around a C+, because Navy Federal typically only has a branch or two in any given city that they're operating in. American Express has no branches. Both have good online platforms that will allow you the ability to be able to access your money online and at other ATMs. But at the end of the day, I am a big proponent of at least one financial institution in your banking portfolio that if you had an emergency or if you're traveling, you can go almost anywhere in the country and access them, or at least large swaths of the country and access them in their actual branch. So I'm going to grade around a C+ for checking deposit relationship, access to money, flow of money. They have good online platforms, not the best physical access. When it comes to building personal credit and establishing great personal credit, robust personal credit, not just high credit scores, but the story behind the credit score. Good installment loan history, good revolving history, mortgage loans, auto loans, personal loans, secure loans, etc. I'm going to give an A to A+. Navy Federal carries the bulk of this grade that I'm giving, because you can get almost any lending feature on a consumer side: mortgages, auto loans, personal loans, and home improvement loans, pledge loans. You can get the majority of loan and lending products with Navy Federal without having to leave that institution, and that can build out a very robust credit profile. You have multiple credit cards to pick from with Navy Federal. American Express is going to round out the credit card game, because as we know, there's dozens of credit cards available all across the spectrum, and they are scalable, because once you get in with them, typically you only need 1 to 2 hard pulls to get in, and from that point on, you can get a dozen credit cards with them, or charge card, credit card combination, and build out a great credit profile. So in that arena, you can do very well with these two institutions. Savings and excess capital, I'm gonna give another probably A if I had to grade it, because the two of them both offer CDs and high yield savings accounts in diverse options. And so that means if you have excess capital, you're looking to save and you're looking to just secure some money without investing it, protecting your principal, getting decent earnings. If whatever the economy allows between Navy Federal and American Express, you're probably going to be able to achieve it as far as getting savings and good interest rates on your savings. If we're going to talk about mortgage options, real estate related mortgage options, I'm going to probably give somewhere around a C+ to a B- on this one. Mostly, again, leaning to Navy Federal. Navy Federal is going to offer the majority of your mortgage options. American Express has one combination option with maybe Rocket Mortgage, if I'm not mistaken, where they're partnered with them, and you can get a mortgage through them that way, which Rocket Mortgage has a broad range of mortgage products. So I'm going to kind of give that some points, but it's not directly American Express offering that at all. Navy Federal offers a pretty broad range of real estate related and mortgage loan products. So I'm going to grade them pretty well in that arena. This is going to round out the majority of your personal finance needs and banking needs between these two institutions. They offer ancillary investment options, retirement accounts. Navy Federal has IRAs. I think they have an investment platform that they've recently launched. I think American Express might have a small partnership in that arena, but I could be wrong on that one. Insurance needs. Navy Federal does kind of tie in on, accidental insurance, term insurance. They're connected with True Stage. So you can get some personal finance in that arena, needs met as well. So there's some ancillary benefits I didn't cover, but I wanted to just hit the big focuses. Michael Green, my guy, you're in pretty good hands between those two institutions. I could probably say you might could go a little further with another institution that's more accessible physically. But other than that, honestly speaking, based on basic personal needs, rounding out good personal credit, good retirement, real estate options for your mortgage or lending needs or home ownership needs, and good place to save your money, you're in pretty good hands. Comment down below if you have broader needs or something I didn't cover that you want me to speak on or cover within these two institutions, or if you want recommendations on who I might look at for broader banking needs or personal finance needs, comment it down below. Other than that, I'm not going to keep this too much longer. Thank y'all for tuning in. As always, to all my pioneers, comment down below and let me know what questions you have. Banking, consumer and business lending, consumer and business banking, overall economics, etc. Comment down below. If it's in my wheelhouse, I will give you direct responses. Comment it down below. To all my pioneers, welcome back. To my new viewers, welcome in. Continue to support this channel so this channel can keep supporting you. I want each of you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.